And we'll get going. Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Kaleen O'Connor. I am joining you from the Tampa Bay area of Florida here in the USA. And it's hot and humid and lots of rain, but I love it. So for those of us that are Americans, today is Labor Day. So happy Labor Day to everyone. And welcome all of you from all over the world. I know we're all busy and it's a wild time on planet Earth right now, and it's just phenomenal that you take the time to connect, contribute, participate, and learn some new information. So, we're going to dive into the world of cellular health tonight, and there's many different reasons why people, particularly tune in to learn about this breakthrough. So we're bringing what we consider one of the most significant health science breakthroughs of our lifetime to you. And that's a big statement, but you'll see after the presentation that it's totally true. And I know that particularly if this is the first time you're learning about this, you will never look at health and healing the same again, which is exactly what we want. So we want you to be able to take this knowledge of how the body heals and repairs itself and the incredible resources that have been developed because of that, and bring it into your life and bring it into the life of your loved ones and be ambassadors of truth with us, because our bigger goal is to change the whole landscape of how we look at aging and healing and health and athletic performance and all of that. So often we have Dan Doyle join us. He is spending some time with family this week, and so he won't be on our call. He will be back next week. But we are really privileged to have a phenomenal presenter all the way from Australia, from my vantage point in Florida, right? It seems far away. And he's just an all-around amazing human being. He's an incredible dad, husband, probably a brother. I've never asked him if he has brothers and sisters, and humanitarian. He is constantly researching and increasing his knowledge of this health breakthrough that he's going to teach you about tonight. So he's way overqualified, as a world authority on learning about the world of cell signaling molecules. So with that, Stevie, I'm going to turn it over to you and have you share all your amazing knowledge with us.
Geez, thank you very much for having me here, Kaleen. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you're great.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. And thank you for that lovely introduction. And yes, I am a brother. I'm the eldest of four. So it goes me, and then my sister, and then my brother, and then another sister. Yeah, thank you. I really enjoy working shoulder to shoulder with you, Kaleen, because of your tremendous intelligence and your strength, and and your abilities really are helping thousands of people across the world. And I know that with every beat of your heart, it sincerely is running to the rhythm of bettering people's lives and being a force for good in the world. So I really appreciate you and looking after me and having me here as well. And thank you everyone for tuning in here. I'm glad you're here, and happy Labor Day holiday to those in the US. If you're someone that comes here often, we appreciate your support. And if you're someone that is new here, extra welcome to you. And we promise not to waste your time. I believe that what I have to share with you will be extremely worthy of your time. It was handed to me just over 5.5 years ago now, and it's been a high priority for me to bring this information to everybody's attention. The level of importance of this information is significantly high because the level of impact and difference it is making in people's lives is significantly deep. And so I carry a real sincere sense of responsibility to bring this information to everyone. Today, more than ever, perhaps it's information that is needed more than ever. But as Kaleen pointed out in the introduction, no matter what your situation, this is something that's going to be significant to you, and you're probably going to recognize it as something that you want to pass on to those in your life who are significant to you. So what I'll be sharing with you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. The discoveries, the medical discoveries of DNA and penicillin were huge medical discoveries, but medical science experts are saying that this breakthrough that you're going to learn about right now is not just the next big breakthrough, but that it goes even deeper than anything we've ever seen or heard of. before. So we'll go over an exciting and entirely new frontier in science right here, right now, that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. Now, this is a breakthrough with enormous potential, and that is proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory studies. It's a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, any health challenges that you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. So more about that a little later. So before I tell you what this is, let's get very clear about what this is not. And it's not a drug, not a vitamin, it's not a mineral, and it's not an antioxidant formula. And we're not going to be talking about secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots from magical 5,000-year-old tree, seabed oil, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of that other stuff. What we'll be talking about, as I said, is an entirely new frontier in science, a truly groundbreaking, and it is a category-creating healthcare breakthrough. So ASEA Redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. Aside from just being a mouthful, what are those? Well, they are the exact same molecules that are the cellular messages made natively within your body that allow cell signaling, that allow cell-to-cell communication and gene expression to be affected and to work and to happen in a positive way. So redox signaling molecules allow your cells to be able to detect healthy cells and tell healthy cells to protect themselves and remain in good health. Redox signaling molecules allow your cells to be able to detect unhealthy cells and tell those unhealthy cells to repair themselves. However, if the unhealthy cell is too damaged, too far gone to be repaired, then the redox signaling molecules will instruct that cell to die. It's called apoptosis, which is just a fancy scientific word for cell suicide. And then the redox molecules will tell a healthy cell to copy itself to replace that lost cell. Now that function right there is a remarkable process because it is actually the process that allows your body to regenerate its own tissue, otherwise known as healing itself. Now, redox signaling molecules don't stop there. Everything else runs and flows downstream from that. So redox molecules activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Maybe that's a point that you want to think about just for a moment today. So basically, redox signaling molecules are doing everything to keep your cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. And why is this important? Well, we are all made entirely of cells. Therefore, we live and die at the cellular level. Basically, healthy cells means a healthy life. If you get the cell well, you'll be well. Now, your redox biochemistry is foundational to all cellular health and healing, and really, therefore, all of your body's health and healing. Redox biochemistry is an essential function of normal physiology. In fact, a wide range of biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling in and among your cells. So in other words, if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making your redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than a few more seconds. Without redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, when we're born, we can make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. However, with age, stress, diet, toxins, and other environmental pollutions and assaults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. Now, as such, our cells break down even more. Less redox molecules, less cell-to-cell communication, less cellular efficiency in their operations, and then, of course, breakdown. And so what then breaks down, of course? Your health, wellness, youth, appearance, your vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously, so they don't do any of their own scientific studies. Instead, ASEA is highly committed and transparent enough to have ongoing research done with renowned universities and world leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. So ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits. Now that translates to health at its most foundational level because ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect the genes that improve immune system health. Maybe that's another one you want to underline right now. Help maintain a healthy inflammatory response. Help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity. Improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key, critical in the health of every individual. They play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human areas of health, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, on top of this, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. And other studies have also proven that ASEA Redox will lower oxidative stress. Now, head professors of this university study saying one of the most important effects of ASEA on what they called disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. Significant because 95% of all adult conditions are degenerative. Now, more studies have shown that ASEA is proven to be 100% safe. There's no toxicity, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. So why is it important to take them from our products? Because your body can't make as much of them anymore like it did when it was younger, more youthful, healthier, and therefore function better. So really, as Kaleen said, if you have health challenges or if you want to help loved ones with health challenges, if you have the sense for protecting your health and don't want to become old and unwell, that's something that more and more people are becoming awake to right now, perhaps more than ever. If you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism in your sport, bigger and stronger in the gym. Hey, look, any health goals you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. On that note, let's listen to what some doctors are saying about this new area of science right now.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, which is a little bit hard to see, right? Let's talk about cellular health from the outside in, because that's easier to see. Let us show you what's possible from the outside in. It's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, Renew 28, Revitalizing Redox Gel, and Renew Advance Intensive Redox Serum. And these products are supported and enhanced by their complementary and all natural ingredients products, Renew Advance Gentle Refining Cleanser, and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture speaks 1,000 words. So let some of these pictures speak to you now. You're going to see more than anti-aging effects. You're going to see age reversing effects, but you're also going to see health effects here. Lines disappearing and wrinkles being ironed out, right? Elasticity coming back to the skin. Inflammations, irritations, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being rejuvenated and feeling better on the outside from getting better on the inside. Also makes you feel better on the inside and improving the quality of your life. And even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions being brought back to proper levels and surfaces of the skin. This is Rosie. And believe it or not, Rosie didn't believe that the products were working. Not like she was shocked. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that it's working like this. No, she didn't think that the products were doing anything. She didn't believe they were working at all. And so there's two morals to this story. Number one, take photos, because Rosie didn't. These photos came from Rosie's doctor. So when you go back to your friend wanting to get started with ASEA, with the idea of you want to see how this goes, take photos and write down everything you can think of inside and out about your health. So that's how you can see how it goes as you monitor the changes. The second moral of the story is that Rosie, as you can see, noticed these dramatic differences over just 7 weeks. And some people do notice results quite quickly. However, other people need to apply more patience and maybe some more product. And they will be able to notice their results, if not sooner, later. We know scientifically, we're talking from independently reviewed studies here, that the Redox products work immediately. From the moment you use them, they work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for Redox to not work in you However, what we do know, the difference between person to person is the time it takes them to notice that change. Now, this doctor decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? What side did he use the Renew 28 on versus the side he did not? Now, I'll give you some clues. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the corner of the mouth. Have a look at the lines running down either side of the nose, maybe one cheek compared to the other. Do you notice maybe more lines prevalent, more maybe bagginess prevalent? Here's the biggest clue of all. Have a look at his glasses. How they seem to be maybe slanting to one side of the face, perhaps showing more droopiness on one side as opposed to the other. This was just in 28 days. Dr. Marty Moran, thank you for walking around like a weirdo and proving to us all how effective Renew 28, how effective it is where you use it versus where you don't. Now, as you can see here, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies, bums. This photo was of a scientific study that was done by a very large and world-leading dermatological institute. And because there were a lot of reports coming in all over the world about how people were using this Renew 28 stuff and their cellulite was disappearing. And so this laboratory did a study to find out what was going on. And they found, in fact, after 12 weeks of these women applying the Renew 28, that there was a reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And so when they did ultrasounds to find out what was really going on, they saw that the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite, was actually being dissolved. Now, if, Renew 28 and our other version of redox sealing molecules from a topical aspect, intensive redox serum, can have these effects on the outside, could you imagine what the ASEA Redox drink would be doing to your body on the inside? Now, it is a historical truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And what you're being shown is the greatest health and life science breakthrough, perhaps not just of our lifetime, perhaps of many lifetimes. And it is a great opportunity, yes, to make a great living, to make some great income, but because you'll be able to better people's lives in great proportions. So let me give you an idea of just how significant this space is. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Science awarded these three professors back in 98 the Nobel Prize for their discovery, their first discovery of redox sealing molecules. However, since then, there have been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded to medical research in this field. If you went along to PubMed.gov and you typed in redox sealing, PubMed.gov, by the way, is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published. And if you typed in redox sealing, there would be over 30, I think it's over 33,000 results now. This is a very difficult slide for me to keep up with. It's already out of date. There's more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There's well over now 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules. Redox signaling, according to medical researchers, is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And let me give you an idea of that. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox. Now, there's one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who in fact has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. So the race is on. You've got medical and pharmaceutical industries out there understanding and continuing to try to understand the complex paths and functions of redox signaling. They're trying to earn recognition for discoveries, and they're also trying to create drugs for specific health conditions. They, however, face a very long and slow process, while ASEA is already light years ahead for two simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who's a medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox sealing molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that it was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. That means that we have no copycats. So we have no competition. No one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And no other product in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And Redox works throughout all of them because Redox works on and in every body. And nothing in the body works as well or really at all without Redox. Redox can't hurt anybody. Everybody needs Redox. Redox works in everybody. And ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a Redox supplement from. So ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. So ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. Just by sharing a video or even inviting them to a live broadcast like this or a website or a Facebook group. It's very easy to share. Now, you receive a residual income, not only from the first purchase, but also from every single ongoing purchase made by everyone you refer to ASEA. You also receive a residual income from the ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer to ASEA. So just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, whatever, people naturally tell people who naturally tell other people, who then tell even more people. Word of mouth marketing is the oldest and most ancient and still most powerful forms of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So for people today, perhaps more than ever, that are looking for additional income, supplementary income, perhaps, we hope this isn't you, but you've been forced to look for replacement income altogether. But whether it's extra or part-time or full-time, or I just want more time, or a big time, or a legacy leaving income for loved ones, whatever ambition level you have, there is a commission level, an income level to match it. So for business-minded people, this is a very significant opportunity to be paid a very significant residual income from the growth of this global expansion. But I got to tell you, really, there's nothing better than making a living than from bettering people's lives. Now, that is exactly what you get to do and be a part of with ASEA. You get to join forces with many others who are also being a force for good in the world. Because really who you become and what you do really is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. However, not only can you make great money, you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world, and have a really great time, meeting great people, such as we have with Kaleen and Hamilton, making great friends, having great experiences, creating great memories, and a great lifestyle. All right, so why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? That was actually one of my first questions too. And you know what? Maybe you are. Maybe you are, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. But in fact, big pharmaceutical companies, after seeing tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, they did offer to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights and ownership to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted to take everyone off Redox. Thankfully, our founders of ASEA, Vertus Norton and son Tyler Norton, they had the not only foresight to be concerned about this ultimatum, but also the hardened consideration to say no to this money, no to the payout, no to selling out, and yes to the people. Yes to the people, because after Vertus and Tyler saw people who had gone from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to now experiencing literally life-changing power from redox healing molecules. Well, Vertus and Tyler, quite frankly, were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility, which I now share, to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so what had started as a big business play had now become an important and purposeful mission. The ASEA founders, Vertus and Tyler, turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and everyone without a prescription. And so, as demonstrated in this very first and very important decision, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the founders of ASEA and their corporate team come from Fortune 500 backgrounds and even greater. And so they are exceptionally experienced in running big and profitable businesses. However, they teach, and they don't just talk, but they walk the walk around believing that at the end of the day, it's people that matter most. And so they pride themselves on never doing anything at the cost of people, only at enriching in people's lives. And so you are in very good hands. So I want to invite you after this session to get back with the person who shared this with you. You don't have to worry about what the time is in their part of the world, or even that it's a holiday. I'm confident that they will be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here today. Let them know what stood out to you the most, what you perhaps like the best. If you have any questions, ask them. We and they can point you to where you can find the answers. There's plenty of university studies, sure, but most important of all, and this is what gives the word breakthrough an exclamation mark, hundreds of thousands of people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see in real time. In fact, we can show you these people in real time. You'll be able to see for sure that ASEA is the real deal. Now, we truly want to help you. So at the very least, I hope you'll become part of this redox reality so that we can see you live better and healthier, younger, stronger, longer. But I've got to tell you, one of ASEA's guiding principles, and one of the most attractive to me, is to become more. Because it's really what you become that determines what you can overcome, that ultimately determines what your income in life will be. And more than money. Money's just a small part of it. So quite frankly, if you want a better life, yes, income, but also lifestyle, if you'll also pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better. If you decide to become part of being a force for good in the world with ASEA, your life will be filled with more good. So thank you for spending this time with me. May you always be happy. May you always be safe. May you always be well. May you always be secure. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Thank you very much. I'll hand it back to you, Kaleen.
Stevie, thank you. That was fantastic. So, okay, folks, we're going to wrap up our presentation in just a moment. I'm going to take a few minutes and just show you how you can take advantage of these resources. And again, have your questions ready. You can literally put them in the chat box if you prefer, or you'll be able to unmute yourself in a moment and get your questions answered, okay? I'm going to quickly share my screen as well to give you all some visuals. I like visuals. Okay. Bear with me while I move things down here at the bottom. Here we go. Okay. So I wanted you to know too, just a little bit of on my own personal story. I just like those of you that are guests tonight, over 3 years ago, went to, at that point, a live presentation in person with one of our field educators, and was able to learn a bit more about this product, how these molecules work in the body. And then my husband and I decided to be consumers of the product, and then actually build a business as well. And we've never been the same since. It's been life-changing for our own health benefits, as well as as Stevie's talked about, the lives we can change. So, take a moment and just, think about, where do you see yourself? Potentially you're just looking at this from a consumer viewpoint. And this is a great visual that just shows you our entire product line, with our flagship product being the drinkable form of the molecules, which is that beautiful blue bottle that you take. On average, people are taking that twice a day. Or the topical gel you saw amazing before and after pictures, which is the same molecules externally. We have a clean, phenomenal organic skincare line, and also a line of very high quality whole food nutrition. And the availability of how these are ordered varies from country to country, depending on the market that you live in. But again, the person that invited you can orient you to that. The nutrition is phenomenal because it actually has a built-in absorption complex too, which I think is important these days. You're not what you take, but what you can absorb. So in my case, I have compromised digestion often. And the nutrition just, I find incredible. The other way that you might participate in the ASEA story is you might enjoy having some additional income, as Stevie mentioned. Sometimes it's just to get your product paid for you and your family, an additional $500 to $1,000 a month. When you do that, you get, great pricing on the product for yourself, and, the opportunity to earn commissions. And then some people really go, great, I want this to replace my full-time income. And, here's the number I need to make. And we help you put together a business strategy and a business plan. And, the sky's the limit, really. It is all production-based pay, and leveraged to be very doable, even on a part-time basis. Okay. So I want to give you the concept too, that it's very simple. None of us directly distribute the product. We let our parent company, ASEA, distribute the product directly to you. It's made here in the United States. And then what's incredible is we own and operate 19 distribution warehouses around the world. So if you're in Malaysia, if you're in Europe, if you're in Mexico, you're getting it shipped from the closest warehouse within your own country. You're buying it in your own currency. And so it's very, you can, once you open up your account, you can get your product literally within 3 to 5 business days. And when you choose a wholesale account, you get 25% off the full price. You can do it as a preferred customer and just literally open up your account and order what you want. And you can choose to open up what we call an associate account, which you can use it 2 ways. You can use it and be a consumer to yourself, or you can also activate the business side of it, share it with others, and earn some additional income. When you do open the associate account, there's a one-time, and I'm using US currencies, and I know we have people from all over the world, so it would be the equivalent cost in your currency, but it's $40 US, and then once a year you just pay the equivalent of $25 US to keep that account active and maintain all the privileges of it. Okay, it's a phenomenal account. I want to do a little bit of a point of orientation too, because we are in the world of buying things online. I mean, especially now, some of us, it's more difficult to get out and shop, and so we're getting all of our products delivered to us. So with ASEA, it's very important to not risk your safety and also waste your money, from the viewpoint that you will sometimes see our products for sale on what we call third-party websites like Amazon or eBay here in the US. We caution you not to order it from there, because you don't have a direct link to the company anymore. There could be compromised quality. We found people that didn't know, because they just love to shop on Amazon. They've got their Prime account. Often their product they get is expired. So it's no longer going to have, the full strength that you want. Also, because it is against the company policy for those of us that are distributors, people that do choose to do that are, engaging in criminal activity. And that's where, again, you don't know necessarily what you're getting. You don't get the direct support of the person that you open your account with. They help you create a product plan. They coach you as you're going through your consumer experience. So when you just order it from an independent website, you're not getting any of that nobody knows who you are. We also have a phenomenal loyalty rewards program where every time that you continue to order product, you earn free points, and you can use those points to then go shopping and get product at no charge. And so again, it brings the cost down for you and your family on your product. And we as a company offer just a very generous money back guarantee if you're not satisfied with your product. And again, if you're ordering it outside of the company, you're not getting that. So just wanted, it's important to know that reality and know the difference, because it's not unusual to see products in those marketplaces. This is an example very quickly, again, using the United States packages as an example of when you choose an associate account, the other benefit you get besides wholesale pricing is you can order product in bulk in your first order that you wouldn't have the opportunity to do later. And the benefit of that, again, is I'm going to tell you in a moment, the importance that when you try the product, you don't just try it for a week, let me try a bottle, see how it works, because this is revolutionary. It's a revolutionary product. It's not nutrition, it's a communication technology, and you're restoring cellular health. So you want to give it time. And so sometimes people will go, great, I'm going to, stock up on a 3-month or a 6-month supply, especially if you have multiple family members taking it, or you're opening an account with a business partner, whatever that is. This is just an example, again, of getting a little bit of a sampling of everything, where you're getting 2 cases of the drink, and a case is 4 bottles of these big blue bottles you see in the picture, full-size tubes of the Renew 28, as well as 1 of each of our nutrition line and our skincare kit, so that a person can get familiar with that. And you're gifted, just to give you examples of some of these benefits, little sample tubes of the gel. You're actually gifted 12 sample tubes of the gel, which would cost about $75 US dollars, actually, if you were to buy them separately. And you're gifted the equivalent of half a case of product in loyalty rewards for free product later, right up front, just for opening your account. And you're gifted, you also save on your shipping as well, because you're just paying the equivalent of shipping of 1 case of product. And this is like ordering 4 cases of product. So it's just an awesome savings. You can see you're saving over 164 US dollars with 1 of these kits. And again, don't feel that you'd be restricted to a kit like this. You can custom build your order on that first order with whatever you want. So the person that invited you can go over that. The other game that happens if you do choose to open up an associate account is within your first 2 weeks, we have an incredible production game where if you just share it with 2 people, you actually earn a special bonus. You actually earn a few special bonuses. And so that's a way to also get an immediate return on your investment of the cost of the product. And you literally get the equivalent of a commission of up to 320 US dollars within your first 2 weeks, right? Just to give you an idea. And you can even then give the example of signing up 4 people in your first 2 weeks and even earn more production rewards and bonuses. And these are just quick visuals of that. This is called the fast forward game. And you can ask more about that at the end of the presentation, or ask the person that got back to you, right? Again, this is just showing a quick visual of those first time order, buying in bulk, associate accounts, which could be as little as a couple of cases, or it could be 4 or 8 cases. There's all different ranges with savings and benefits, okay? We wanted you to know too that our company often runs incredible promotions, just as a final piece of information for you. And so going back to, if you choose to set up your product to come to you monthly, so you don't need to remember to order it while you do your product plan, it's called auto ship. You control your own auto ship. You can go into your account and change shipping, payment, product, or even call customer service and have them do it. So August obviously is already gone, but we're now in September and October. And for the next 2 months, when someone sets up their account and they're ordering on auto ship, they're actually earning, usually you might get as little as 5% earning value or up to 20%, but everybody uniformly orders what we call 25% of the value of the amount of product that you order each month. And so just as an example, if you're ordering 2 cases of any of our product line, whether it be the drink, the skincare, the gel, whatever, you're going to get at that level 50 loyalty points back, which is the equivalent of a half case. So it again just helps everybody save money. So we wanted to make sure you knew about that. I mentioned a little bit earlier the importance to set correct expectations. We're not interested in selling you the product. I know that sounds weird, but we want you to have a consumer experience. We want you to actually change your life and meet your health goals and your business goals if you're doing this as a business. So with that, we never sell the drink in particular by the bottle. It is sold by the case. And we encourage people that it's, if you're going to really do this, to do it at least for 90 days or 3 months. I really tell people give it 6 months, because when you think about from the viewpoint, I liken it to, think of an orchestra. where you have your percussion section, you have your string section, your brass section, and they all have their own vibration. They all have their own energy and sound. And it takes a conductor to make a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. So in the body, the same thing's happening. In the medical world, our bodies, they divide it into 12 major systems. For example, your skin is a system versus your circulatory or cardiovascular system. So the Renew 28 is called Renew 28 because skin cells fully recycle every 28 days. But your red blood cells fully regrow and recycle every 120 days, which is 4 months. So imagine if you just try the product for a month and maybe the health goal that you're wanting to improve is your cardiovascular functions in the body. You're not giving enough time for a full life cycle with that body system to experience proper, healthy cellular communication and all the antioxidant benefits and things that Stevie touched on. So it's literally backed by science and 10 years of consumption. We've had over 12 million bottles consumed of our drink. Again, it's safe and non-toxic. And we do find that when you commit to that 90-day or 3-month trial, you can see per this bar graph, over 90% of consumers really have a perceived result that they can measure and they're happy with. Versus it's much lower in the first week or day. It's like maybe 15%, okay? I'm gonna end our presentation with an incredible quote from one of our founders, Vertus Norton, the father of the father-son duo, right? And he says, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." And I think this is important to share with you all because especially in the times that we're in right now, this is the time to co-create and collaborate and work together and come together. And tonight, what we're sharing with you is a phenomenal truth, right? On literally how the body repairs and heals itself. And whether you decide to start ASEA tonight or in the future, or wherever you're at, you want to do more research, know that the conversation of cell signaling molecules and cellular health is really in its infancy, and it's just going to expand. As Stevie was saying, we have scientific papers coming out more and more every month, and university departments and healthcare practitioners getting reoriented. And when they're in medical school, now they're getting this data. So it really is bringing a different conversation to the table on what your options are in terms of genetic predispositions, or aging, or different things that might be going on, or even in the world of athletic performance. So wherever you're at, in the conversation, take a moment tonight. We still have a few minutes to get your questions answered, if you feel comfortable doing that, and definitely get back to the person that invited you. Let them know that you did attend, what you liked out of it, and thank you for joining us tonight. So Stevie, with that, why don't you end the recording and